Good morning and welcome back. It is 5:14 on this Monday morning. We had a nice weekend. It was warm, highs in the mid 80s yesterday, plenty of sunshine, and look at this sunset. This was sent in by Angela Clark from Benton, Tennessee. You can see the pink hues, a little bit of cloud cover, and those clouds that rolled in yesterday evening were ahead of that front that's pushing through now. We even had a little bit of rain in spots overnight, but that has since dissipated. Drier air now moving in behind this front, and it's going to be nice and breezy this morning, very comfortable, and roadways are dry. It was a little bit damp when I headed out this morning, right around 3-ish, but I'm thinking the road should be dry by the time you get out this morning, especially across Chattanooga, Dayton, Cleveland. Temperatures again comfortable. We have that nice dry air moving in. It's going to be a beautiful day. I mean, highs are only going to be in the mid to upper 60s. Look at that. Altamont barely getting out of the 50s at 60 degrees, 66 in Pikeville, 67 in Decatur, 63 in Turtletown, a very comfortable 65 in Murphy. We'll have 66 in LJ, 69 in Dalton, 65 in Henniker, and a 69 in Scottsboro. That humidity is dropping right off a cliff today. Dew point's going to be in the 30s and 40s, so we're going to have some really dry air in. And each night, especially with clear skies and very dry air, temperatures can drop very quickly, but your highs are only going to be in the 60s as well. I mean, look at that. 63 on Tuesday, 62 Wednesday, and 65 Thursday. Then we warm up into the weekend. By tomorrow morning, 45 here in Chattanooga. But look what happens Wednesday, Thursday, Friday mornings. That's when we could be dealing with some patchy frost, because if we're going to be in the upper 30s here in Chattanooga, you better believe that some of our mountain communities likely to be down into the mid 30s, maybe even close to the freezing mark in places like Murphy. So be sure to bring those plants in each night, because typically we have our first frost in Chattanooga right around Halloween. It's possible the next couple of days, but that typically occurs a little bit earlier in some of our higher elevation communities outside of the city as well. But again, maybe a week or two ahead of schedule, but again, this is to be expected. Not only are we going to be dealing with the potential for frost, some of the Smoky Mountains could be dealing with a little bit of snow flurries here along that Tennessee-North Carolina line. And keep in mind, these are in areas that were just impacted with Helene just a couple of weeks ago, and it is going to be downright cold, and cold enough for some snowflakes again right along the highest elevations, mainly in those highest peaks over 4,000 feet. But it is possible, and that just shows you that the season is starting to change. We're getting into the cooler weather, and that's exactly what we're going to start to see a little bit later today. Again, clear skies, a little bit of cloud cover to our north. We're going to have a secondary system come in for Tuesday. That'll lead to more cloud cover, maybe a few showers northeast of Chattanooga, mainly into the Tri-City area. And again, those flurries possible along the Tennessee-North Carolina line Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. And then by Wednesday afternoon, we're going to have more sunshine here across the Tennessee Valley. But as far as rain is concerned, we're not looking too much in the way of rain here over the next 5 days or so. It's going to stay very dry, and that may even be extended even longer. And as for the tropics, again, that's been the topic of concern for the last couple of weeks with Milton, and before that we had Helene. Now things are relatively quiet out there, but we do have an area of interest that's going to be moving into the Caribbean over the next 7 days with about a 40% chance of development. So we'll have to keep a close eye on this, but typically this time of the year these storms will curve up into the open Atlantic. So we'll keep an eye. We'll let you know if we're going to have any impacts, but again, only about a 40% chance over the next 7 days. But here locally, a whole lot of sunshine today, a little more cloud cover tomorrow, and then it's going to be chilly each morning. So if you haven't dug out the winter coats, you might need them, because to me, 38 is pretty cold.
Yeah, it is, depending on what time of the day you're out there, for sure. All right, thanks, Clay.